Well, first of all, I just wanted to thank everyone for being here today to honor Micah Johnson and his football career. I'm going to talk a little bit about Micah's path to come in here, to which led us to today. Micah's football journey started with him playing high school football in Kentucky and eventually Virginia, where he played linebacker and running back, if you can believe that, and had some pretty impressive numbers as a running back as well. After playing in the high school U.S. Army All-American Bowl, Micah was a highly recruited player and eventually chose the University of Kentucky to attend college. At Kentucky, he was named an All-SEC to the All-SEC freshman team and eventually became a first-team All-SEC player. After college in 2010, Micah was signed in the NFL, where he spent 3 years. In 2013, he began his CFL career when he signed with the Calgary Stampeders. During his time in Calgary, Micah transitioned into one of the league's top defensive tackles, earning multiple CFL All-Stars and winning Grey Cup championships in 2014 and 2018. In 2019, Micah signed here in Saskatchewan. He played 80 games with the Green and White over 5 seasons, and including back-to-back All-CFL seasons in 2024 and 2025. Last season, Micah defined age and became the first 37-year-old defensive player in league history to earn All-CFL honors. Also heavily involved in the community, Micah joined the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation as a player ambassador, traveling across the province to teach students the importance of mental wellness and literacy through our Win Through Wellness and reading programs. All told, Micah retires having appeared in 177 regular season games, registering 309 defensive tackles, 71 sacks, and two interceptions. Micah is a 3-time Grey Cup champion, a 5-time CFL All-Star, and a 7-time Division All-Star. He retires as one of the most respected interior defensive linemen in his era, and in my mind, is a future CFL Hall of Famer. Micah and his family that joins us here today moved to Regina in 2023. We're here today to announce that he will remain with the Roughriders as he begins his next chapter as our team's defensive line coach. Micah, congratulations on a great playing career. Thanks for all that you've done for our team. We're looking forward to working with you as you start your next chapter. So congratulations, Micah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's on me?
Yeah, you can say a couple words if you want. Yeah.
Just want to thank everybody for coming out. It's been a real wild ride when I think about it. Everything I've been through to get to this point. From college to how down I was, getting cut from 3 or 4 NFL teams. Here I am thinking my football career is over. I hadn't really heard much about the CFL at that point. So to my oldest son right there, I just had him. We had to start making some money eventually. I couldn't get cut anymore down there, so I decided to come to Calgary, and it was one of the best decisions I made. Even in my first few years having to battle through the injuries, I just think it kind of prepared me for the man I am today. And I couldn't have done it without the support from my family, my mom, you know what I'm saying, my dad, rest in peace, my brothers, aunts, uncles. I just had an enormous amount of support ever since I came up here to this side of ever since I came up here to the CFL. I want to thank J.O. To this organization. When I left Calgary, it was only one place I want to come. It's a top-class organization, top-class facility, and most importantly, full of top-class people. And I feel like we got the best fans in the world, and I was just blessed to be a part of that. It's still kind of hard for me to believe it's over. It's kind of crazy. I've identified as a football player my whole life. Even now, like the competitor in me is almost like, man, what you doing? You can still go ball. But for me, it's just about making a transition. I feel like it doesn't come often or every time where a guy can go straight from playing to coaching. I've wanted to coach for some years now. It's been conversations I've had with Mace for years, even before he even came here. Conversations I had with J.O., Kyle, a lot of different people around the organization kind of, feeling like I want to coach after I'm done playing. So to get this opportunity is amazing, and I don't take it for granted, not one bit. And I'm just blessed, and I'm very thankful. And just to think that that aspect of it's coming to a close is kind of crazy. My phone's blowing up. I didn't tell a lot of people before this, so everybody's trying to figure out what the hell happened. But it's an amazing feeling, man. I'm truly blessed, and just to be able to go straight from playing to being able to coach, still be around the game I love. I don't think it's anything I can be more passionate about than football. It's been my number one passion since I was my kid's age. So to still be able to be involved with it is a blessing.
Awesome. I want to switch spots with Corey.
Rob, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Congrats, Micah.
Thank you.
Not many athletes, in not every case is an athlete able to kind of write his own ending, write their own ending. How nice is it to be able to do it on your terms when a lot of people in sports don't have that luxury or an opportunity?
It's a beautiful opportunity. I see how it doesn't come because as a competitor, as an athlete, something you've been doing, you just want to keep doing it as long as you can. And I felt that kind of in my spirit too, just kind of wanted to keep playing. But coaching's always been something, I've been thinking about. And I think that transition is something that, football players, especially a player that's played for as long as I have, it's not something you fear, but it's kind of like something that's like, man, I'm going to have to stop playing one day. What's that transition going to be like? So for me, I was just blessed to be able to have a smooth transition like this into the next phase of my career.
Corey, you and Micah have such a shared history. You made this transition in Calgary. How is it almost poetic justice that it unfolds this way in Saskatchewan as well, given how your careers have been so intertwined too?
Yeah, like Micah kind of alluded to earlier, we've had these conversations, when I was coaching on different teams, he was playing on a different team. It's just, that relationship has been there and understanding what he wanted to do. And being around him as, at one point teammates, coaching him in different fashions, just understanding his understanding for the game of football as it pertains to CFL as well, and certainly from the defensive line position. There's a lot of knowledge in there, man. And he's excellent with his teammates. I think he garners a lot of respect in that locker room, certainly in the defensive line room. I know was an ear for guys to always fall on. So, those intangibles, being able to transition from player to coach, luckily, not even just myself, there's a few coaches on staff who were fortunate enough to have that happen for them in their coach's career that he'll be able to lean on and some of the nuances of that. But certainly at the end game, and like he said, his playing days, while I'm just, look at him, he probably could play for another couple, but he'd be able to give this game for many moons, man, and that's awesome about coaching.
Micah, when did you come to this decision to retire and become a coach? Talking at Grey Cup, it felt like you were getting ready to play another year.
Yeah, that's kind of the crazy thing about it is when I left the field last, I didn't have the intentions that it was going to be my last time playing, So for me, it was just the opportunity, and I just came to this decision shortly. It hasn't been something that was longly thought out. But for me, like I said, I just feel like I was kind of starting to get the feeling as you keep playing and you seeing guys your age and coaching with half the guys you playing with, you kind of seeing guys your age kind of move on. I kind of was starting to get that feeling like I was getting behind in my next phase in my life by, still hanging on to the football. So that was a heavy factor for me.
Corey, what is that transition like, going from being a player in the locker room to being a coach the very next season for him? What advice do you got for him?
Yeah, it's hard. There is a line that you kind of have to draw in the sand, and just having those guys understand that he's got a job to do. You know what I mean? But I think just having those relationships and those guys having the respect for understanding that, I don't think will be any issue. But certainly. Playing as long as Mike has played, and you see his family's here, man, like, he got a lot of responsibility outside of a locker room too. So I think the transition is going to be a little bit easier than it was for me. I was just, I think I was freshly married, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't figuring out anything at that point. But he's mature. He understands, and I think the guys would respect and will respect, his position as a coach, man. But at the end of it, we're having a guy who's chosen to make Regina his home. He's chosen to represent this team, and he's done it at a high level, and he'll be able to continue to do that. And that's huge value for us.
Micah, congratulations. When you think about your career, obviously we know the ups and downs of even coming to the CFL, battling to make a spot. But then when you think about the last 13 years and all that you've accomplished, is there a sense of satisfaction that you have today that you can retire with that peace of mind, knowing you have accomplished numerous All-Stars, 3 Grey Cups, like you won, you hoisted the trophy in your last game? Do you have that sort of sense of accomplishment that you can go out?
Honestly, probably not as much as people would think, or maybe not as much as I should. Like, I think that's something I kind of got to work on with myself. But, for me, it's like I really haven't fully took the career in. I think, like, while you're in it, you have to stay in it. You can't look at everything that's like all your accolades as much, because you're just in the fight. But for me, I haven't. I think it's more of a sense of accomplishment for my family and friends and people around me. And that's something I've really got to, push to be more. I've never been, like, satisfied with that. That's one of the reasons why I was able to keep playing, because it was always like, I want to do more. I want to be better. I could be better. It can be more. I can accomplish more. So for me, I hope over, the next several months, or maybe being able to, when I step off the field, I'll be able to just kind of sit back and appreciate more what I did.
And further to what Corey was just saying, how do you make that transition to say to a former teammate that you're now the coach, and how do you sort of build on that relationship that you had, but draw that line also?
I don't think it'll be, for me, I don't think it'll be that hard drawing the line. Like, I think guys, the guys that, are here that know me, they know me. Like, when I was here, I was a worker. I was always a guy that guys could talk to. I was constantly teaching, constantly grabbing the younger guys, showing them things, teaching them things, talking. So it's always kind of been, playing that position as a vet in the room, where you kind of got to be a coach. It's one of the perks of being a vet, I felt like, was, having an extra coach on the field. So from that aspect, I think it'll be seamless for me. I'll actually be able to, I'm excited to be able to get my hands on guys more and be able to talk more football and talk guys through more situations.
Micah, congratulations. Do you anticipate coaching the offensive line as well? No, I'm just kidding.
I couldn't help him there.
Honestly, I've had an opportunity, to see you working with kids and families in the province through the Rough Rider Foundation. You made the conscious choice to move your family to this province and this community. What has Saskatchewan given back to you and your family, like you were giving to so many other families in our province?
Love, man. That love I put out, the energy I put out to the kids, it gets reciprocated. Just the opportunity from the people in the province, man. They treat you good, especially if you treat them good as well. I go into the schools, like you said. I try to treat every moment like it matters, give the kids different moments that they can remember for a while. And a lot of the parents appreciate it. And obviously that combined with the work I was doing on the field, it just made for a great environment. I think for me, being 37 playing, I felt like that was the hardest thing for years before that. But about the CFL, just going back and having to leave my family for 6 months at a time, 5 months at a time. And I felt like I was missing too much time, and especially as my kids, getting older than our babies no more. So, when I talked to my wife and talked to my family, if I was going to continue to play, and this is a couple years ago, I would want them to move up. So that's why I said I salute to them for moving up. They were in Florida when they left, so it's a big difference between.
Same thing.
It's a little different between Regina and Florida, man. But just the support that my family gave me too. But it's huge to be a part of the province, and it means something to the people. And like I said, I've always been one of the people where football meant everything to me, in and out, live, sleep, eat, die football. So to come to Sask and how much it means to the fans and their approach to everybody across the province, it meant something to me because, football means so much to me.
Coach, what are the conversations, Mike, you both alluded to it, the conversations that you had about getting into coaching? What were those conversations about?
Yeah, just casual conversations. I think during our time, dating back to the Calgary days, I always try to have guys think about, post plan, too. And quite naturally, people would ask about the coaching. And, for me, I just told it was luck. Like I got offered a job, and it was luck. And you take it, but just talking about different scenarios of how that path might go for certain players who want to get into coaching where luck is not involved. Just different avenues and how you kind of get your foot in the door and prove yourself. And then ironically, I'm sure we talked about it, is sometimes things get placed and you got to make a decision, and certainly this was almost kind of that deal. And I don't want to take anything away. There was a full process and going to get it done, and he got the job, man. So he listened good, I guess, which was great.
A little bit.
Britain.
Micah, what does this opportunity mean for you that the Riders want to keep you in house pretty much as long as they can and to allow you to take this next step here?
It means everything to me. It means everything to me. When you're around people for years at this point, you hope that you've developed some relationships in the building, to kind of go beyond ball. You hope that people understand your character, understand what you stand for, to be able to give you this opportunity. To even have been able to sit in the room with J.O. and Mason, actually interview, that was amazing. So it's one of those things you hope for. It's just one of those things you hope for.
Corey, Micah comes in. Of course, Phil Daniels leaving. It looks like on Twitter he's joining Dinwiddie's staff. Do you have any? Is the coaching staff? You expect any more changes to yours or anyone else leaving?
Yeah, we'll probably make an announcement at the end of the week. Just getting everything, man. Today was just more specifically want to celebrate this guy, but we'll hear some more stuff about that. But today's Micah Johnson Day.
Micah, just looking back over your life in football, really, just. What are you most proud of the most, or is there a person that you're thinking of in this moment of who helped you get here, knowing that hey, you're not going to be seeing the field anymore?
Just my dad, man. My dad. It'd be crazy not to get emotional. Try not to get emotional, but just my pop. I wish I could talk to him in this moment. He was instrumental to me coming up to the CFL when I was down on myself in the dumps and. Like I said, I thought my career was over. He was the one that told me really to go jump off the ship and said, the CFL has a Hall of Fame too. Go get in that one. And when he told me that, I kind of took that to heart, and that stuck with me for a while as I was just kind of trying to grind this thing out.
And then Corey, you've known Micah for so long, and you guys have maybe more of a friendship than a lot of player and coaches do. But for him to join the staff as a friend of yours and seeing how. The progression of his career, what does it mean to you just to see him get this opportunity in the career that he had when you met him as a rookie in Calgary?
Yeah, Micah didn't really, and I get it, and that's what, he ain't lying, that's what made him great as a player. He didn't really look at anything that he was doing outside of finding ways to get better. But as a guy that wasn't as good, and like, damn, look at that guy just did. I've always watched, from afar or up close, as it talks about him in his playing career, the things that he's managed to do at his position. I'm with J.O. That Pop's gonna be happy. But as a coach, I know, man, what he's been able to do as a player. There's no timeline on coaching, man. He can give back everything that he knows. Until he really wants to lay it down for real. You know what I mean? So, or somebody kicks you out when you're 65, 70, but we got some guys 70 still coaching. You know what I mean? So, to be around the game, the energy, the passion, everything that he's learned along his journey, man, invaluable stuff to be able to give to our players. We're lucky to have him.
Well, just given that experience, does anything in your eyes just change? He's just not in the dressing room maybe as much, but based on, even from the outside looking in, it looked like he was kind of already that player-coach role, similar to what you were when he was that age.
Yeah, I think just I think having the relationship already, just knowing each other, that there's a lot of hoops that we don't have to kind of go through already. We already know where each other stands on a lot of stuff, but just being able to pick his brain. I know forming as players, when you're out there and you get the game plan and it's like, man, I feel like we should do this. You're gonna have your opportunity to speak now. We'll see. So I can't wait. But like I said, man, he's been around a ball for a long time, both sides of the fence. Even at, we keep bringing up this linebacker thing. He played linebacker at some point. 2 interceptions, okay. But he's done a lot, man. Excited for him to have a voice into what we do with the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it.